Okay, I have started the recording. So, good morning once again to all of you. So, our topic today is quadratic inequalities. So, we will learn three methods: number line, analytic method, and a graph method. Okay, so let's look at quadratic inequalities. So, basically, quadratic equations is what is a quadratic equations? Quadratic
ax square plus bx plus
inequalities. Can you see the screen? So I usually used to define first a quadratic inequality is an inequality of the form. What is the general form? So can be ax squared plus bx plus c. So the symbol here can be larger than 0, smaller or equal, or larger or equals. Okay, so A and B and C are, what is where A and B and C? Huh? Where A, B, and C are real numbers.
numbers.
And one more condition, where A cannot be equals to 0. So the symbol used here can be smaller, larger or equal, or smaller or equals. Okay, so basically there's two types of quadratic graph. Usually we will go through the drawing, but in the syllabus we just go straight to the solving. Let's say if ax squared plus bx plus c is able to factorize, into two form. Okay, x minus alpha and x minus beta. So there's two factors. So the graph, the graph, there are two possible for the graph. So let's say if a is larger than 0, which means a is positive, and so if a is positive, the graph will look like this. So what is here? Alpha and beta. What is the vertex? X equals to alpha plus beta over 2. So this one is when a larger than 0. So basically the graph is like this, going downward. So in another case, if a is smaller than 0, so the curve is pointing upward. So against the vertex is, okay, so this is alpha and this is beta. What is the condition for this? When a is smaller than 0. So we have two types of quadratic graph lah. So if a is smaller than 0, negative, and let's say negative x squared plus x plus 1. So the curve will be like this. The second types. Okay, any questions?
No, Doctor.
Okay, let's say we move on to the first example. Example. X squared plus okay, what is the first step? First step, we make it equals to 0. Okay. Then we look for the factors. So what are the factors? What are the factors here? Plus 5n. Plus 5n. What are the factors? Plus
Minus
5
2.
minus 2. Okay.
Minus 2.
At least there is a response again. Okay, good. So look at this. It is larger than 0. So when larger than 0, the product must be either positive, which means the first factor is positive, the second is positive. So positive for positive is positive, right? So another one is both are negative, because negative is positive, right? Then we draw the graph. Okay, then we draw the graph. So how is the graph look like when a larger than 0? Okay, we draw the graph. This is by graph method, yeah. 1,
And pi is
2,
negative 5.
3, 4, 5. Okay, this is x. Negative 1, negative 2. Okay, y, yeah. Negative 2. So the the x cut at x equals to negative 5 and x equals to 2, right? So cut at these 2 points. Cut at these 2 points. Okay, the curve. So where is the area we should take? Where is the area we should take? Okay, I use a different color. So we know we will have to, the quadratic inequalities is larger than zero, right? So we want the both side to be positive or either negative. So we must take this part, okay? This part yang di atas. So this part is a positive part. So we know the value is either going this side or -5 going this side. So what is the answer? X, given that X is smaller than 5, or, okay, because you're taking two sides, so we must use all. X is larger than 2, okay? Or we can write in this form, interval, negative infinity, -5, open, or is union, so is between 2 is open and to the infinity. So this is the final answer. Can you see the last symbol? It's quite slow. Okay.
Wait.
Okay, any questions? Huh?
No, doctor.
Okay,
No, doctor.
if no questions, we go to the second example. So this is the first example. Second example. Okay, x squared minus 2x smaller or equals to 2. So to solve this, to look for the factors, x squared minus 2x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, look for the factors. Try to look for the factors. So this one have to use formula. Okay, so this one you have to use the formula. Okay, x equals to negative b plus and minus square root negative b squared minus 4ac. So it's 1 and -2. And then over 2a. So this is a 2 plus and negative square root 4 minus 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 negative, so plus 8 over 2 square root 12 over 2. So what do we have here? What is your answer? 1 plus square root 3 or 1 minus square root 3. So the graph is something like this. Okay. So the point will be between between which one? What is the first point? Negative 0.732, right? And the other one, 1 plus square root 3 equals to what?
2.73.
32.
Two,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so this one is 2.732. Here is negative 0.732. Okay, now the quadratic inequalities is smaller or equals to 0, right? So where is the area we should take? Where is the area of the graph we should take? For, let's say we define this one, these equations as a fx. So this part, we should take this part. So any value fall within the x, the x can be can be used. So what is the final answer? What is the final answer? So it is between it is between this
The,
point, these 2 points. Okay. So what is the value for x? So x is given by 1 minus square root 3 and 1 plus square root 3. So this is the answer. Okay. So this is by graphical method. Actually, graphical method is the most recommended method lah to me. Okay, to determine the interval for x for quadratic inequalities. So do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? If no questions, can we move to the next one?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so we move on. Okay, now we have a third example. Okay, third example. Two x minus 1, x squared minus 4, and between 12. So how to do this type of questions? How to solve this? So for this, you have to break into two parts. Okay, you have to break into two parts. The first part is 2x minus 1 smaller than x squared minus 4. And the other part is x squared minus 4 smaller than 12. Then you have two graphs lah. Later, then we have to merge the two graphs to look for the final solution. Okay, over here we have a negative x squared plus 2x minus 1 plus 4 smaller than 0. So negative x squared plus 2x plus 3 smaller than 0. And then we try to remove the negative x squared, make it a positive x squared. So x squared minus 2x minus 3 larger than 0. Don't forget the sign. Huh? Okay, so if we define fx, if we define fx as the inequalities quadratic equations, x squared minus 2x minus 3. So the factors would be x. What is the factors for this?
Minus 3
Minus 3 and
plus 1.
plus 1. Okay, good. Then you draw the graph lah. Okay, then you draw the graph. So 3 and 1. 3 and, 3 and negative 1. So negative 1. So the graph will be okay. So this is one side. So we continue to the second side. X squared minus 4 minus 12 smaller than 0. So x squared minus 16 smaller than 0. So let's say if we define this one gx, second function, different, x squared minus 16. So what is the factors for this?
Plus 4.
So is negative
Plus
4 and
negative 4 and plus 4.
and
Plus 4.
positive 4. So we have two factors here. Then we draw the graph because we are using a graphical method. So it is so this is between 4 and 4. Okay. So for this one, where is the area we should take? The first one. Okay. For it to be larger than 0, so we have to take the positive side and the positive side. And the negative side. So what is the answer? Is x larger than 3 or x smaller than negative 1. Right?
Yes.
So x is smaller than negative 1 or x larger than 3. Over here, because it's smaller, so must use the negative 1. So this is the inner part of the graph. So the answer is x must be between negative 4 and 4.
Oh,
Okay, any questions? Do you have any questions?
No question so far.
Okay, we haven't finished. Okay, we haven't finished. Okay, now we have two different solution. So we need to merge the two graphs. Okay, we need to merge the two graphs. How to merge the two graphs? So for this, we have to use a number line. So we draw a number line. -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. -2, -3, -4. Okay, so for the first one, for the first one is -1 convert. And we have another side is what? Larger than 3,
Larger than
right? Okay. Then for the second one, we have smaller than -4. Okay, smaller than -4. Oh, sorry, it's between -4 and 4. So between -4 and 4. Okay, between -4 and 4. So we look at the area, both are overlapping. So these are the area, both are overlapping. Okay, this is overlapping. This is overlapping. So what is the final answer?
X is between -4 and -1, or X is between 3 and 4.
So for the first, this region, so this is what it is? -4 and -1, right? For this region, it is between 3 and 4. So what is the final answer? So the final answer is X is between -4 and -1, or it is between 3 and 4. Okay?
okay, doctor.
So do you have any questions? Ada soalan?
No, doctor.
Okay, I let you try another one. Okay, try another one. Example, X and okay, try to look for the final answer for the intervals of X.